Today I'm going to go over some of my co-occurring conditions that come with my Tourette's that are actually pretty common with most people with Tourette syndrome as well. Like mine personally, I have OCD, ADHD, I have a severe anxiety disorder, panic attacks, I can have anger issues and have kind of freakouts, but that's usually with my bipolar. But that's also a co-occurring condition with my Tourette as well. My OCD, I get very obsessive and have weird routines for a lot of things. Like when I shower, when I get into the shower, I wash my hands first, and then I wash my left arm, my right arm, shampoo my hair, then rinse it out, condition my hair, then wash my chest, my stomach, my back, and then go wash my left leg first and my right leg first, and my left foot and right foot. On Mondays and Thursdays, I shave my arms. On Tuesdays and Fridays, I shave like my legs and stuff. So Mondays and Thursdays, top half. Tuesdays and Fridays, the other half. Then after I do that, that's when I rinse out the conditioner and wash my face. I'm also very OCD about where I place stuff. Like all my CDs or music and DVDs and everything are all in alphabetical numerical order. All the CDs and DVDs are in their cases, like properly straight. They're even if the wording or the title is slightly crooked, it just throws off my entire day. I have to, like, whenever I take a paper towels from paper towel dispensers in public bathrooms, I need to take 3. Now count 1, 2, 3, or I'll have to take multiples of 3. I was actually able to break out of this one. When I use the remote, before I'd be able to actually press any buttons, I'd have to like count the buttons, make sure there are multiples of 3. Otherwise, I'd have to use the TV. But since TVs don't really work the same way they did when I was a kid, I had to adjust to that because now there's a lot of different buttons on remotes, and also now they're on TV, on computers, and everything. And so I had to switch that up a bit. My anxiety, it gets extremely bad. Like, I have more than just anxiety attacks. Like, I have a full bad anxiety days. Like, where it's like I wake up in having like a severe anxiety already, and it's almost impossible for me to bring myself to like leave my room or go out of the apartment. Sometimes I cannot do that at all. Like, I'll actually like hide and sit in like a locked room, like as far away from the door, so as far as I can possibly be away from interacting with another person, and I just have to sit down on the floor, like hyperventilating. When I can actually force myself outside when I'm having an anxiety attack, it doesn't turn good. Like, I have freakouts, and I'll start crying uncontrollably. I'll start like having trouble breathing. I'll start throwing up. And I'll get very irritable and just not good to be around. I'll start sweating a lot too. That's never attractive. I'm bipolar, and I deal with my manic highs and lows and depression because of that. It all are very disruptive within my life. Like, my manic highs, like, I get very sociable and outgoing, which doesn't sound like it'd be bad, but I need to constantly be like doing something and being around people and be like on the go. And so like oftentimes, especially if I'm like it's in the middle of the night because I won't sleep when I hit my manic highs, if I need to be around someone and the only people who are awake and are wanting to like do stuff at like in the middle of the night are usually like some people I used to like associate with or hang out with, but like I don't anymore since cleaning my life up and and being better than I was when I was younger. Or else just other randoms that happen to like talk to like online or send me messages and then like try wanting to hang out for some reason. Then I tend to find myself in really weird situations. And yeah. Or else I'll just pace around like all night or just and send people a bunch of like weird stuff on Snapchat and just weird selfies and just clearly very needing attention. And well, like try to start conversations about the most weirdest like all over stuff because my tension when I get my manic highs, it increases my ADHD, I guess. So when I try and like make any type of point or talk about tell any stories or say anything, I'm like already I have trouble staying on track, but it's so much worse. Like, and I will like within a minute, like I forget like what I'm even talking about, and then like I'm on like have so many different stories going on all at once, and then no one knows what's going on when I'm talking about. When I hit my manic lows, I'm have like I'm very depressive. I feel hopeless, useless. I can get suicidal. I can become threats to myself and have become a threat to others at times. Like I've attacked 2 people. Not happy about it. Well, the last guy I'm kind of happy about because after like 2.5 years of like constant like emotional abuse and torment and just manipulation and stuff, and I just jumped on his back and bit him. Like he definitely deserved it, and he should have gone and definitely deserved a lot more too, because he was the worst thing to ever happen in my life. But the girl I attacked when I was 16 in high school, I do feel bad about that because it was excessive and unnecessary, and most of my anger and frustration and everything wasn't towards her. Some of it was because we were like good friends, then that just had a falling out, and she just was being really mean to me after. And at the same time, I'm trying to like keep my grades up in school, also working full time and dealing with trying to get out of like a really bad relationship and stuff, and being harassed by the girl my ex was cheating on me with every night. So I just snapped. But usually, like, if I'm in my manic lows, if anyone tries talking to me, like, I'll just blow up at them. I got mad at them for no reason. I will say the meanest things to them that I don't mean and I don't want to be saying. And like when I hear the things that come out of my mouth, it just makes me worse, because then I feel awful. But for some reason, I can't stop saying it, and I can't manage to make myself apologize until like I'm more stable, which is horrible, really horrible. So yeah, that's not good. I really wish I could have all this under control, but one of the ones that's always like that doesn't like come and go or whatever, that's just like, pretty much constant, is my ADHD. I'm like even right now, like I had to write a script down for this, and I'm actually reading it, but I'm also trying to stay on subject because I keep wanting to go off of what I've written down, and it's hard. I have gone off script a few times already now, but that's fine, as long as I'm sticking to it. But like it took me like quite a while to write this, and that's actually for all my videos. Sometimes that's why some of them took so long to come out, and I didn't get all these out in time for just in Tourette's Awareness Month, which I was hoping to. That's also why. It's really hard for me to focus on one thing, especially something that's important, or that like whatever. Like I get distracted so easily, and by such stupid little things, and I also will hyper focus on those stupid little things too. That like a loose thread on one of my shirts or something, when I was in school, when I was in college, I'd be trying to like finish like a couple assignments or essays and stuff that were due, because every single one of my classes, I'll give us, like I was taking about 5 classes a day, and every single one, our homework assignments were given to us for the week on Thursdays and had to be in on Friday. So trying to get all those done overnight was difficult, especially when I'd like be trying to focus on all the stuff, kind of trying to get all the information for everything, and then there's like something with like something like kind of like moving in the corner that turns out to be like my cat just playing with a sheet, or just the wind blowing something by, and I will would seriously end up focused on that and trying to figure out like the source of it, or just watching it move around for really long periods of time. Like it seriously, like it feels to me like it seemed like a minute or two, but then when I checked the time, it would be like over an hour. Yeah, so like that definitely is a huge problem for me, like every single day, like all the time. I wish ADHD kind of came and went, like the bipolar episodes and the OCD and the anxiety, because then at least I'd have a few good days that aren't so all over the place and disorganized. That also gets into like would be very very hard for me when I was working, because especially when I'm supposed to be doing a task and then I hyperfixate on something that doesn't even matter, or like no one else would even notice. That also interfered with my work and my job and got me in trouble sometimes. Like, and when I was in school too, like, have you ever seen the Gandhi has ADHD episode of Clone High? When Gandhi's in class, like tapping everything and like making a bunch of noise when everyone's trying to write a test. That was me when I was in college, just disrupting my class all the time whenever we'd be like having quiet time to read and stuff. Because I constantly tap stuff, but that's also one of my tics. Like if I have my hands on, like they're always moving. Like that's why I kind of have them holding one down right now, and the other ones in my hand, and not also why my camera is not staying steady. But yeah, I really wish, because like when I was 17, I was on like given a prescription for Ritalin, like as soon as my ADHD diagnosis was discovered. Even though, but like I thought like my teacher was just giving me a hard time because I kept calling her out for sucking at her job. So she sent me to, she believed I had some sort of like developmental issues or something, and wouldn't believe me that like I was only there for that whole year just to get that one credit, and wouldn't believe me that I was the top student in my school. So she sent me, and it turned out that yeah, I had ADHD, and then like I seriously that day handed a prescription for Ritalin. I was 18, it was taken away because apparently I was too old. And now I cannot, even though I definitely should be like medicated for my ADHD so I could at least function a bit more steadier, like for most things, and focus on stuff that I should be focusing on. It's almost impossible since I have Tourette's, and like so many adult ADHD meds are not to be given to anyone with Tourette's because it could enhance the tics or whatever. But yeah, so those are my co-occurring conditions. Oh, I've also the one that's the least one that is the least one of a problem, I guess, is I'm photosensitive. So like flashing lights and Xbox and PlayStation games at least have in the past and can still cause me to have seizures. Nintendo games at least haven't bothered me at all, which is great because I like video games. I really I've tried so many times to play like games to see if they affect me, and like within 5 minutes, like I'd have to have like either my friends like physically turning my body away from the screens because I couldn't do it myself to before I start like seizuring out, or else I've just end up waking up on the floor with people surrounding me and like all disoriented and confused because I ended up having a seizure and just like going across the floor. But that's only happened a handful of times because, well, they're not fun. It's really, you feel really sick and confused, and your head hurts, and like you feel nauseous and stuff afterwards, as I do, and just it's just not worth it. But at least with Nintendo, I can play because I like that. Uh, and I think that's it for now. If anyone has Tourette, or anyone else has Tourette's or whatever, and share your co-occurring conditions or your experiences in the comments below, and I read all your comments and I will respond to them. And any questions that anyone has, I will address in another video, or any requests for videos or anything, I will do that as well. So thank you for watching and joining me, and yeah, bye.